Salaam I, everybody, welcome to Thirsty Soul. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe down below if you haven't already. Today I would like to talk about the issue of, being a natural hair, hijabi, and the unique issues that I think we face. Starting off, I think most of us are aware in the black community that since about 2009 there's been this revival of black women taking ownership of their natural hair and taking ownership of what it means to have so-called good hair. And I think it started in America, it's now even spread to Nigeria and other countries, which I know sounds ironic since these countries are in Africa, but I think people would be amazed and surprised how much relaxer is used in Africa. I think even they believe in that concept of straight hair more than us lot that don't even live in Africa anymore. But anyways, that's a whole separate matter in itself. Starting up, I think it's just a lot of people don't really even feel that us hijabis can be part of the natural hair movement, and that since you don't show your hair, basically you don't show your hair, so if you like, you can be bold. If you like, your hair can have, you can just let it mat up, you can do whatever you want because nobody's seen your hair. And I think that's really sad in a sense, because I always feel like I have to say, well, no, just because I'm not showing my hair to the public does not mean I don't have pride in my appearance. I just don't have to show it to you, I don't have to prove it. And to me, the whole point of wearing hijab is that, I can own my own beauty without necessarily showing it to the public. Like, they're not linked. I can feel beautiful without showing it. Those two are not synonymous. A lot of black women that are wearing hijab are also taking ownership of their natural hair and going back natural and big chopping and etc. And we also want to be part of that conversation. I think my friend Adama, she did a video on this on not a video, sorry, an article on this on the Huffington Post as well, because it's just like we're cornered off. You're not, it's like you're not black enough and you're not Asian, sorry, not Asian enough, you're not Muslim enough. But I think Asia came into mind because obviously in the UK, that is the group that is seen as Muslim, is seen as mainstream. So for instance, for me, going to an Islamic school for most of my secondary school, I do think that subconsciously I did feel that I couldn't really show my hair because my hair wasn't, the majority. Like, most of the people at school were Asian or Arab, and the people who were not, that were Somali for instance, Somalis have more varied hair texture. Some of them are really curly, really straight, wavy, and even Somalis or other North Africans that have curly hair textures, I noticed that a lot of them, if we were going out, let's say, or going to a friend's house or having a sister's meet up or whatever, a lot of them would straighten their hair. So I think even subconsciously for them, they feel like when they want to show their hair in public, when they want to go to a party, go to a wedding, their hair has to be straightened. So there is this, I guess, subconscious image of what is good hair in, I think that affects all people in a sense. But even, I think what makes it worse is that if you're going to a Muslim school and most people don't even realize that actually most black people have curly or kinky hair, because they're straightening it all the time. So I think when you go up and you actually have your afro, people are like sometimes shocked that, oh, is that actually your hair, your natural state? Because they're so used to black people straightening their hair. So I think amongst people who are not black, some people are actually shocked to know that our hair is naturally curly. So again, it's that concept of feeling not kind of in place, because you're not like the mainstream part of the natural hair community in the sense of you can't show that twist out, you can't show those bantu knots, the perm rows, you can't show it. So people do not see that you're natural, and then the chances you do get to show your hair in sisters events, you're not part of that norm either. So I think it can put a lot of us in this really funky position. And even if you've embraced your natural hair, for you to then show it to groups of people that are not used to seeing afro hair can sometimes be a little bit daunting, and it's sometimes something that I think I'm still trying to get accustomed to and used to. And I think, you know, as women, well, even if you're not showing your hair, you still want to feel feminine, you still want to feel beautiful. It doesn't mean that because you're not showing your hair you just want your hair to be ugly. Like, anybody should see me on my wash days, the amount of hours I spend, you know. People who know the struggle of wash days in kinky afro hair will understand the struggle. No, just because I don't show it in public does not mean I don't take care of it. And I think that's a huge misconception. And I think also non-black Muslims also need to understand, you know, that everybody has straight hair, you know. And, you know, again, I think the more we show it, maybe the more as black Muslim women, when we do get those opportunities, maybe the more we show it, the more people also be educated about these things, because I think a lot of the times it is just ignorance. And also there's, I think, the issues in terms of practicalities, because I could go on YouTube and I can see a really banging twist out, bantuna, all these amazing styles, and I can do it, and then by the time I go out and come back, it's all flat, it's all gone, it's all puffed up, because I have to put it in a bun to go out because I don't want my hijab to be swelling up. And then, you know, I come back and it's gone. So I think that's the negative part. You just feel like, you know, oh, I can't do this style, I can't do that style, because hijab is kind of going to ruin it. And then on the other hand, even when you do have that big afro and you got that puff or whatever, like, you know, your hijab sometimes, you know, hijab and afros sometimes don't mix. Like, got to control it. I remember when my hair was short, I would get tights and I would just like try and, you know, get a like really large pair of tights so I could flatten the front, because it would just puff up. So I've learned over the years how to wear my hijab in certain ways if my hair is like, if it's not in some form of protective style. So maybe I will, you know, what's the word, I'll wear maybe a looser hijab, or instead of it kind of being tight around my face like it is now, I'll try and get it to be looser so that the puffiness won't show as much, kind of thing. Yeah, so I think it can be quite difficult in a way when you have afro hair and then you wear hijab, because, you know, it's sometimes I think hijab is just, you know, obviously with hijab you're supposed to be, you know, ideally making your hair like flat, so it's like, you know, your hijab is not supposed to be puffing up into the air, and the struggle is real, and the struggle is real sometimes. But yeah, I think that's really basically what I wanted to say. You know, if anybody wants me to do a video, a more detailed version of actually what, like the products I use and my natural hair journey and all that kind of detail, please let me know down below in the comment section, or like the video, and so I can know that, okay, maybe I'll do another video actually detailing what I do in more detail to maintain a natural hair journey. But yeah, I think us hijabis, we are part of the natural hair journey, and we do embrace our natural hair, and we've also been part of that revolution. We've been seeing it on YouTube and Instagram, and we've been seeing these amazing black women embracing their natural hair, and it has encouraged us to also be like, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, show my natural hair. So yeah, thank you so much for listening in today. Please subscribe, like, comment below, tell me about your natural hair journey, tell me about, you know, your thoughts on afro hair, relaxed hair, etc. Because again, even if you've got relaxed hair, you are still part of that healthy hair journey. You could be on that healthy hair journey with relaxed hair. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Bye.